Hey, welcome back. Okay, so now we have a submenu that isn't useful yet, but we can add some items there. Now, before we add some items to the menu, I want to be able to delete content here by just pressing the delete button. So if I go to my main.js here, and there's the key, the function that detects a key press. Key was pressed. So I want to know what the name of my key is. So I'm just going to say copy, alert me to the key that I have pressed, because I want to see what the delete key is actually called. So I will select and I'll press delete. And surprise, it's called the delete key. Okay. So here now what I want is to do something with the delete key. Now I can only delete if something is selected. So what I will do is I'll say else here and put if statement, just like this one, copy, put it there. And if this one is equal to delete, like that, what do? Well, we must make sure first, before we do anything, that there's something selected. So I'm going to say if selected cells dot length is greater than 0, then let's do something. So I'm going to say selected. So I want to delete from all selected cells. So I'm going to do a loop here. I'm going to say for selected cells dot length. Actually, if I do this, then I don't need to do that. So let me remove this. No need for too many if statements necessary, because if it's got 0, then it won't go through the loop anyway. So selected cell I dot inner HTML is equal to empty string. That's all. That's how we delete. It's that simple. So if I just press delete, nothing happens. Let me make sure that there are no errors when that happens. No errors whatsoever. But if I want to delete this one, I press delete. It's gone. Delete, 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 delete. Okay, so it's actually working. That way we can use this to... Oh, we are not supposed to be able to delete these that are not editable, right? And how did we... Don't edit, right? So let's make sure don't edit qualifies as well before we do this. Let me find where I used this already. That way I can, yeah. So let me do this. Yeah. Copy. Copy, and let's go to down here. So what I will do here is this, paste that, and I'm going to say column is equal to e.target. This time it's not e.target, but it's this selected cell I. That's the one that will be here. So get attribute column. It's no longer column, it's column name now. Wait a second, I need to confirm this. Oops, look what I did. Let's go to the table, t body, table row. Yep, it's column name now. So column name is equal to column, and then if includes that, Then instead of return, we don't want to return, we just say continue. So what continue does is that it skips this part of the loop and then continues looping, but skips. It returns, but instead of returning the whole thing, it just continues looping without going to this section. So that should sort the problem out. But then if I go back to don't edit here, I have to make sure that column name is column name. So go previous, yeah, right here, get attribute, column, check if cell is editable. Right, so we have to use column name there. Refresh. That's not editable, this one is. But now if I try to delete this, it shouldn't work. Yep, it's not working, but that is working. Okay, pretty good. Now what I want to do is add a menu. Oh, before that, sorry about that, let's add some content here. So the things I want to do are delete inside the cell, edit the cell, and what else? I think that's about it. Just two of those, delete and edit. So let's go to our HTML and add the content there. So I'm going to do a div like so, and then I'm going to say edit, and this one is delete. And then each one of these will have an on-click listener. So the other one is edit, and the other one is delete. So edit already has something going on here. So there's a way we edit things, and let me come back here, for example. Key was pressed and I did all this. So because I'm going to need other parts to delete as well, I might as well create a function. So function delete. Delete content, something like that. I don't want to use just delete because sometimes it's a keyword. So I'm going to what is this here? I'm going to loop through the selected cells, cut, paste it here, move these back. Okay, and what else? So here I just need to call this function. That's better. So the beauty of doing it like this is because now I can call the function anywhere I need it. So for example, in here I could just call delete content, and then how do we deal with the editing? The editing works on the double click. So where is that event? When I double click, wait a minute, it's on here. So there's edit and then there's event, right? Now this will cause a little bit of a problem. Let me find the event for edit here, the function for edit, and see what's involved if I actually use the E, and I actually do. Okay, so that creates a problem. Okay, so we're going to need to fix this. So the edit is supposed to deal with the selected cell, right? So for a second here, let me do this. Let me say wait a minute. if there's no selected cell, right? The reason this will cause a problem here is because the E assumes that we've clicked on a table data, a TD cell there. So that's what it assumes. The only problem is that in our case here, when I double click here, I'm clicking on the table data, right? So that's okay. But if I right click and then I click on edit here, I'm no longer clicking on this thing. So it's going to be dealing with the button itself instead of the cell. So I don't want that. I want it to deal with the selected cell. So I have to change e.target to selected cell. So here what I will do is e.target should all be replaced by selected cell 0. So let me do that because you can only edit one cell at a time. So I'm going to do selected cells number 0, the first one, like that. Okay, that should do the trick. And then here I'm just going to make sure that we don't edit if nothing is selected. So I'm just going to say selected if selected cell dot length, selected cell dot length is equal to 0, return. Okay, that works. So we have edit and we have delete. So let me click delete and see if it works. Yep, it's working. Delete. Yes. Very good, very good. The only other thing now is edit. And there we go. It actually worked this time. The only thing is this needs to disappear every time this happens. So to make this thing go away is to just say something like, what was the function we used? Hide, show submenu. We don't actually have hide submenu, do we? So no need. Let's go down this road. I'm just going to put it there. I'll say submenu dot add the hide there, like that. Okay. Let's do the same for the delete. Update cell. Let's do the same for delete. Where is delete? Oh. Update cell, keywords pressed, delete content. Okay, so right there at the very end, let's put it there. So refresh, edit, good, delete, good. Okay, so let's make the menu more presentable in the next video.